Hey, Sosa, let's get this straight now. All I have in this world is my word and my balls, and I don't break it for no one. You understand that? That piece of shit up there, I never liked him. I never trusted him. For all I know, he had me set up, and I'm my friend Angel Fernandez killed. But that's history. I'm here. He's not. You want to work with me? Just say it. You don't? Then you make a move. Okay.
And scene. All right, well, we are in Industry of Cool, the podcast where I talk to the cool people in my life. And today we are with Andres Monsalve Roca, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
Did you know I've known you for like 15 years?
It's been that long?
Yeah,
Wow.
I think so. Isn't that crazy?
That's crazy.
That's insane.
That's like almost my age.
Mm,
Half of my age.
half.
of my age.
No, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you think you're cool?
I think I get it from my mama.
I love that.
Yeah.
No, but you really do. Like, what do you think is cool about you?
I mean, I think that I'm humble, so that's good. I'm so humble, I'm so cool, dude.
Yeah,
You know?
no, that's
Because
true.
I keep it humble. That's why I'm so cool, dude.
Yeah, but you do feel. I feel like we all feel cool in our lives,
Mhm.
right? But it depends. Like for me, like I need certain music. Like if I'm not feeling well in my day, like I go to music or I go to movies or I I pray or I do
Mhm.
different things. So what do you do? Like I'm sure you have days that you're not feeling the best.
Mhm.
What do you do on those days?
Shit, honestly, like I like to meditate. I work out. I try to listen to music that like hypes me up.
Yeah.
We were talking about having like a playlist that of like what's you were asking me earlier, like what is the songs that like put you in a good mood. I think that music does that. Or like sometimes I'll pop in like some of the like a movie that just makes me laugh. I think comedy really brings up my spirits, and I think that those are some of the mechanisms that I use when I'm having like a rough day or I'm just off for the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I love that. Who is someone in your life that you remember from your childhood or lately that you're just like that person inspires me so much? The
Yeah.
way they are.
Honestly, a lot of people in my life.
Really?
I'm
Like
inspired
who?
of like, I was talking to my mom the other day, and she's my mom, but she really, she's inspired me a lot.
In what
and
ways?
as I got older, well, that the fact that she's always been such a hard worker,
Mhm.
and like she's been thrown so many things in her life, and she just keeps coming back up and keeps pushing forward, and she's just like so resilient, and has such high spirits, and has like every time she walks into a room, she's like the Conchita show, like
Yeah.
she brings so much joy to people, and despite everything that's happened, and so I was having a conversation with my mom the other day about that, of how proud I am of her, and like how
You told her that?
I did. Yeah.
You know how important that is?
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people don't get the time to say those things to their parents.
Yeah.
Like, you did a good job.
Yeah.
I think it's so important. And I'm sure that made her very happy.
Yeah.
So you learned a lot from her
Mm-hmm.
about like overcoming. My accent is terrible.
No.
Overcoming.
Overcoming.
Overcoming obstacles in your life. And then you said more people. Who else?
My dad as well is another one that's been through. I mean, we all go through stuff, right? And it's how we're able to bounce back, and how that affects us. Like, is that gonna make or break us moving forward? And like,
I think that my parents have gone through a lot of stuff, and I have seen all that throughout the years. And as I got older and I started going through stuff, I started realizing like, oh, I can see now certain patterns, certain situations that I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm proud of you too, Pop. Like it's one of those things. I think it's really the resilience that I see in my
Both of
parents,
them.
and because a lot of people just become the victim, of their circumstances, and that's, I feel like that's really what deteriorates you. Like if you just say, oh, you know I'm not here because like this person did that to me or that happened to me, so like I can't do this.
Right.
It's
It
about like,
makes you stuck.
mm-hmm.
They still accomplish their goals.
Yeah.
And it's great that you have that as role models.
Yeah.
So, okay. Is it easy for you? Because both sound like very strong personalities and like great people. How did you become yourself? Like, when did you find your identity that you were like, oh, like, I don't know if this happened to you, but like growing up with a lot of people in your family that are very strong, I think you're just like, I kind of want to be this person because this person's telling me to do that. And like, you get little bits of everyone, but then it comes to a certain point where you're like, who am I? Like, I could be a lot like my mom or I could be a lot like my dad, but like Andres is this person. When did you figure that out? Or are you still looking for that? Or
I mean, I think we're always growing and figuring out certain patterns that we have to break from our parents, because nobody's perfect, and everybody's got flaws, and everybody brings stuff from the past into their own personalities. Like, there's certain things that my dad has that I know it came from my grandfather, or like my mother, also certain things that she has, it came from her mother or her father, and it's like almost like breaking those generational patterns, right?
Yeah.
And I'm obviously I'm in the process of that. I mean, but I think that as a whole, I think that after my late 20s, I started to figure out who I was really. Like, what are the things that move me, that make me want to do certain things. I think that all the hardship that I felt in my 20s made me who I am today.
yeah,
And continue to want to be.
like build you.
Yeah.
What was like the first time that you were like, I need to write a film?
When I couldn't figure out how to act in anything. like I didn't know how to be in a movie. I didn't know about agents. I didn't know about any of that stuff. So I was like, I want to act. So in order to act, I need to make a movie. And in order to make a movie, I need to write.
Wow.
So, and I was like maybe 13 or 12 or something.
You already knew that?
Yeah,
Like, you already knew the hack
Yeah.
of like, I need to make my own films to be in my films because I'm not going to wait for someone to come knocking on my door.
Well, I didn't think about it that way. I think that came later, but
Right.
it was almost like out of necessity.
Like
that
very
I
genuine.
Yeah, like I want to make something, like as a kid, like you put on plays and shows for your family and
All
stuff
the
like that
time.
all the time. Like, oh,
Yeah.
look at me, I'm
Everybody,
dancing. Rock your body.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my
I was about to stand up.
Vale, what's gonna-
Rock your body, right? So it was like out of necessity. Like, I wanted to do it. Like, I remember my mom got me my first handy cam when I was like 9 years old.
Oh my gosh. She
yeah.
like saw it and was like, here.
Yeah, since I was like 3 years old.
God
like
bless
4
her.
years. My grandma told me the other day that she found a long time ago, I don't know what she did with it, but in kindergarten, like, you would write what you wanted to be.
Mm-hmm.
And I put actor in kindergarten.
Oh, so you've been
I always knew that I wanted to perform and to create and be an artist. Like, I always knew that.
Damn.
Yeah.
What was the first film that you remember writing that you're very passionate about? Like a film that you were like, I need to write this right now. And I wake up thinking about it and,
Writing wise, That's a tough one.
Actually, let's take it back to A&M.
Yeah.
I think it's very important to talk about A&M
Yeah.
because I feel like coming out of that school built us different. I don't know why.
Yep.
Shout out to Larry Villanueva because
Yep.
what he exposed us to at such a young age in high school still is with me. Like, I think about, it was just like this space that you could be anything.
Mhm.
Like, he never doubted us. Why do you think A&M was important in your career as an artist?
I think that A&M was important because it not only as an artist because of like the influence that we had from Larry, our acting teacher, but it was also like as a person I grew. Like I remember when I went to A&M and it was like I was just about to enter. It was either A&M, Gables, or go to Columbus, right? To be with my cousins and my friends and stuff like that. And I remember I went to the first day to check out the school and I saw people with like their hair was blue. And then I saw people just jumping and dancing and acting crazy and all this stuff. And to me, like looking at this, I'm like, where am I? Right? Because I had a different view of things.
Yeah.
And I was like, I told my mom, I was like, no, I don't think I want to go here. And then my mom was like, do you want to act? Do you want to be on stage? I was like, yes. Okay, then you're gonna go here. Okay.
You know what's crazy? I remember going to the, how do you call that when you go check out the school? Orientation.
Orientation.
I did not like it.
Mhm.
I remember looking at A&M. I'm like, this is tiny. I don't want to go there. Everyone's going to LaSalle or all these places. And then my mom was like, okay, there's a play coming up. You know, let's go watch it and see what you think. It was Anonymous. It was the first Anonymous.
Oh, yes.
And I literally left that place like, I need to go to that school just because of the theater program.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I'm making this up though.
It was with Bevan.
It was another.
And
it was
Rachel?
Bevan. Yeah, it was all of that 1st class. Like
Yeah.
wonderful human beings.
Yeah.
And I remember being like, I need to go to that school. And I'm really glad that we went to that school because I think our life would have been very different.
For sure.
You know?
For sure.
So
Yes, a special bond that we all created there. Everybody that talks about that school has nothing but great things to say.
it doesn't exist anymore.
It doesn't.
It's like
doesn't.
it never happened.
It did.
It did, but
it's
it's
like,
like-
yeah, it's crazy to pass by it and see it like in ruins. It's almost like
Yeah.
because it was such a golden age
It was-
for us.
It's so sad
Yeah.
how they messed it up, but that's another topic.
Yeah.
Who did you enjoy acting with the most in that school?
You.
You're lying. You're lying.
No. I mean, it's hard. No. I did. No. I
so
do.
surprised. I was
No.
like, it's not me.
No. Like it was. It's hard to just pick one
Him
person,
yeah.
you know, because it was always fun to act with my friends.
Yeah.
With you, with Eric,
Yelen.
you know, Yelen. Like
Yeah.
it was always a fun time. I think it was a different experience, but so there's not like one person that.
Like you could be like,
yeah.
but you also acted with a lot of people.
I did.
Like you even acted with the first class, GT. Do you remember?
GT, yeah.
Rachel, Bevan, Chelsea.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to all of them. I hope
I
they're
know.
all doing great because I really have special love for them. Then you graduate,
Mm-hmm.
and then have you had that moment in your life that is like, I need to stop doing this. Like this is wild. Like I'm just gonna go and be a 9 to 5.
I mean, I have a 9 to 5 right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Talk about it. So
Yeah.
like you need that to be open to your dreams.
Yeah. I feel like things started to work out once I got a 9 to 5, once I found some structure in my life, because once my girlfriend
what?
came into my life.
Literally. Yeah, Valentina. Shout out to Valentina because let me tell you, I was just saying that she's like an incredible girlfriend.
She
It's
is. I love you so
incredible
much.
because it's really hard to have a relationship. Oh, say it again. I'm sorry.
I love you so much.
I know. It's really. Don't you think it's hard to have a relationship in this
Yeah.
career? Like when
Yeah.
you're an actor, you're
Mhm.
a writer. So I really am happy for you guys.
Thank you.
That was really cute. Okay, where was I? Yeah, the 9 to
Yep.
5. That's what really made you be like, I'm gonna focus on this. Okay, so tell me about Manny and Papo.
Manny and Papo, which you're in.
Yes.
Yes. Is a short film that a friend of mine, Johnny Lapadula, we had in mind since like high school. I don't even remember. We did like a poster, and it was like on Facebook. It was like,
I think I remember.
yeah, and it was like with Charles Admirola's
Yeah.
Corvette.
Mm-hmm.
And we're like, because we were like, we want to do like something like Starsky and Hutch, but like if it were Cubans,
Oh, that's hilarious.
you know,
yeah.
but like not the original Starsky and Hutch, but the one with Ben Stiller and Owen Wilson.
Okay.
Where it's like more of like, it was more comedy,
Mhm.
right? So we always had that like itch that we wanted to do that. And then when I was in college, for my associate, we got together and I pitched the idea and they greenlit it. Yeah. So then like they gave us all the gear and all that stuff. So I was like, okay, yeah, this is time to rock and roll. And so finally we made the movie, which is basically like two Cuban cops that are looking for a new drug on the street called cracada, which is Cuban coffee and crack.
And it makes you.
And so, I mean, it's a really, it's not to be taken
hilarious.
serious. The movie,
Never.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I honestly think, I don't know if Valentina agrees, it's the best film you've done, in my opinion.
Thank you.
And I think it's because do you agree? Oh. It's very him. I think it really shows your gold. I think every person has a gold as an artist. Like they're good at this thing. They're good at a lot of things, but there's this one thing. And I think Manny Papo embodies that. I also feel like it was the perfect moment that a lot of like A&M people came, like Eddie, and then you met Andres Simonian, and then like I joined in, and it was like it's so rare when that happens in a film. And now it's been in festivals.
Yeah.
It's been in New York, Puerto Rico.
Yep.
And now April 12th,
Miami
Film Festival.
Yeah.
How does that make you feel?
Amazing.
Did you think he was going to get there?
Honestly, like when we were making the movie, like the festival that I really had in mind to screen it at was Miami Film Festival.
You've never had a film?
I had Cash Out. Was in Miami Film Festival in 2023.
And you won something.
The Cinema Slam.
Let's freaking go.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
But then,
But thank you. But Manny and Papo is like I think you think it's my best film because we had the most love to make that movie. Like everybody that was involved in that project really wanted to do it.
Yeah.
And I think it stemmed from like the passion, the concept, like and I feel like that's where I found my way, even though I deviated and I tried other things, because I feel like as a storyteller, I always wanted to try other avenues. I think horror is the only thing that I haven't tried out, but I'm not really interested in.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Well, that movie we did in that rooftop was kind of scary.
That was like a suspense thriller.
Yeah, that was
what
weird.
were we going through?
I don't know. We're like, and then he loses his sister and she jumps off the rooftop.
Oh my God.
And it was in downtown. And then the craziest thing of it all is that it never came out.
Yeah, I mean, it was like...
For a reason.
Yeah, it was just,
weird.
I don't know. I think at that time when you're young, you want to make drama, you want to make deep stuff.
I think I put on Hans Zimmer. Is that how you say his name?
Yeah, we were so inspired when we wrote it. Yeah.
But those were the moments. I don't know. I love that.
It was fun. The process was fun.
Yeah.
The movie, I don't know.
The movie, not so much. But
but yeah, like Manny and Papo, like action comedy and all that stuff, like that's the route that I want to take. I feel like I have the most fun and it's almost like it's just easy. Not that it's easy, and nothing is easy to do, but it flows more, and like I have more excitement towards doing comedy and action and like.
I feel like it's your language. Like I've always remembered. I feel like you could do those things. Like I said, you could do because you're a talented human being. But I think there's certain things that you're just like it's just like boom. Like you think someone could come up with that, but not everyone has your brain to do that. So everyone go watch Manny and Papo at the Miami Film Festival, April 12th at 2:30. The link is on Silver Spot Cinema. Anyway.
Thank you for the shout out.
I'm gonna take my grandparents. I'm very excited about that. I've been trying to catch this movie since New York. And something always happened, but this is it. I like to ask my guests about their favorite film. Hold on. And
Are you gonna punch me in the face?
Yeah. Get
Go
ready.
do it. Go
Okay,
ahead.
so let's Rocky. Why Rocky?
Honestly, I think it's a beautiful film. I think it's like it's one movie that, we were talking about, like, what do you do when you feel low or off, whatever. And then Rocky's one of those movies that I watch and I just feel pumped. I feel energetic. I feel like I'm ready to go. Like,
You want to drink 5 eggs?
exactly,
Go for
5
a
eggs
run.
and go for a 10-mile run and
Yeah.
bunch of people following me, and what I'm saying, like,
Yeah.
it motivates me, like the story, it makes me laugh, it makes me cry, it makes me feel pumped. I mean, it's just such a complete story for me.
I think so too. I think that the way it captures Rocky as the character, and then Philadelphia, like those shots are insane.
Beautiful. Yeah.
I think that's always important. But a little detail of like drinking 5 eggs is such a detail that you wouldn't think, but that's something that stayed in people's mind.
Yeah.
Like I saw that and I was like, what?
Yeah.
I'm lying. I was on my phone and Hector looks at me and he goes, did you see that? I was like, no. It was like 1 sec. He's like, no, you gotta go back. You gotta go back. Like dead serious. And I was like, what is it? What is he gonna do? He drinks 5 eggs. And I'm like, what? He could never make that film.
No.
Now eggs are so expensive.
Exactly.
I said.
Rocky could not afford eggs in today. No way.
listen,
He could not afford.
I
Yeah.
really wanted to make sure that you guys know what I said in that moment.
I did get it. I got it. I did
Yeah.
laugh.
Vale laughed, so that counts.
What is this?
I love it. So, it was my first time watching it. It did make me laugh a lot.
Yeah.
I think his relationship with Adrian.
I love it.
It was so her character.
Yeah.
The way that she's like almost like an animal, presented as like a shy, like quiet, not an animal, but like, like very
Like an animal.
yeah, that was weird. But I feel
She's like an animal,
she's
like ferocious.
she
like,
does nothing.
no,
She just
nothing.
stays there. I think it was beautifully done, and the romantic. And I kept asking like, "Where's Adrian?" Oh my gosh! At the end, Adrian. I get it now.
I love it.
I get it now.
Yeah, because he was like, in that moment at the end of the movie, spoiler alert. I mean, if you haven't seen Rocky, what are you doing with your life?
Yeah. What was I doing with my life?
What were you doing with your life? He loses essentially, but like he
I
wins.
can't believe he lost.
But it doesn't matter because that's the whole
Yeah.
point. Like, he didn't have to win. He didn't care about winning. What he cared about was proving to himself that he can go the distance. You
And he
know?
did.
And he did.
They cut his eye.
Yeah, I mean, this imagínate.
I was so hyped in that moment. I turned the lights
Yeah.
off and I was like, let's go. And I
Yep.
was like, like
know.
and it's rare to see a film like that, like a complete story.
Yeah. It's like
I can't
watching
wait-
sports
Yeah.
and you want your team to win. That's like
Exactly.
almost like the same feeling that you get.
I think people are passionate about the underdog too.
Mm-hmm.
The person that people put down and then they end up like showing you that they're worth a lot more than
Mm-hmm.
you thought. And people treat him so badly in that film. His best friend is like kind of like, struggling
Yeah.
with his own addiction. And then like his trainer is like, he goes to hit him up eventually when he's gonna like
Yeah.
fight
Yeah.
this guy. It was a beautiful.
He's surrounded by a lot of people that gave up,
But I think, yeah.
but he
and-
never gave up.
But he's so chill about it.
Yeah, because he has a certain like compass that moves his personality, his perception, his perspective, and like, despite his circumstances, he never gave up on himself, and obviously he got the opportunity of a lifetime, but still like he kept at it, regardless
didn't
of
give
like
up.
his environment, because his whole environment is like it's crap. Like everybody's like putting him down, and
Bro, when he goes to the place to check it out and he sees his drawing and he's like, you got it wrong. You got it wrong.
yeah.
And then the guy's like, no, what do you mean? And he goes, my shorts. They
Yeah.
don't like, they were different color.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, it's fine. Like, it's just little things
Yeah.
like that. And he's like, all right.
All
And
right,
then
it's
he goes home and he's like, I don't know if I can do it. And Adrian is interesting. I feel like I can tell Adrian was written by a man because the way that she is, she doesn't try to be like, oh, she just listens to him. Like I feel like he wrote Adrian so specifically.
Yeah. But Adrian also is a person that broke out of her shell. And if you look at her brother, you understand why she is the way that she is.
There's a lot of abuse
Yeah,
in that house.
exactly.
Like,
And then comes Rocky, who's like, this guy is full of love. Like, this guy is a genuine human being. And like, he sees an interest in her. And she's like, who's going to be interested in me? Because her brother says nobody's going to be interested in you. You're a clown. You're this or that. So she hears that. So she feels that insecurity. And then comes this guy who's like, why am I worthy to be loved? You know what I mean? And it's like, that's why I love that connection, because it's so beautiful. It's so genuine. And the fact that like at the end, when he, you know, he's out there.
He won.
He won in essence, right?
Yes, right.
And he's looking for her.
And she's looking for him.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you noticed, but when she comes out and he's being beat up, he kind of gains like a second wave of energy. And I feel like maybe it's because now she's there. I took it that way. And then he just starts screaming Adrian, and he's nothing else. Like, I thought that was such a beautiful love story. Yeah, but it's so beautiful. I looked at Hector, I'm like, hold my hand. And he's like, I am. I was like, hold my hand. That is so romantic. Like, I don't know. Which is not really like, but I'm like, that is so, I wanted to cry.
I did it.
Man, it was just such a powerful film. Those shots. It's those films that you still think about. And also, so it took him like 3.5 days to write this script after watching a real fight.
Yeah,
he
with
was
Muhammad
inspired.
Ali.
He saw that fight. He went home and he started writing. And I feel like that's the best art. When you go home and you're like, I can't stop thinking about this. I need to put it down on paper. He tries to sell the script. People want to buy it, but not with him playing Rocky. And
they wanted like a tall, blonde, American-looking guy.
I don't think it would have worked.
No.
Because of who. So, is it easy for you to write from a personal point of view, or you rather imagine? And sometimes it's hard for me to write personal stuff because I'm very judgmental. So I'm like, I can't write that because people are going to know I wrote that. Is it easy for you, or is it hard?
It's hard, not because of like the creation of it, because ideas are, when you write something personal, like ideas are like flowing like crazy. It's hard emotionally. Every time that I try to write something personal, like I can't emotionally. It's really hard.
It's super hard.
I start crying, and then I try to get back, but then that almost like that crying inspires me, but then like I don't want to feel that way. So then that's why I just go to things that I like, as opposed to things that I've been through. You know, like Manny Papo, like action comedy, like those are things that I want to watch. I want to watch with my friends. I want to showcase it, like because it's fun, it's entertaining.
I feel like you're like Adam Sandler. Like, you want to have all your friends in the film.
Yeah.
Like, you want to make film. Like, Hollywood is not the same. I think I think you got to keep doing what you're doing of making your own films. And I feel like Miami, it's crazy because for a long time people are like, oh, there's not much work in Miami. But I feel like Miami has opened so many doors for independent filmmaking.
Yeah.
And I feel like you're in the right place.
Yeah, there's so much talent in Miami.
So much talent.
It's incredible.
It's crazy. There's always castings, but it's like underground. Like, you know, is there anything else you want to say about Rocky?
I think that it's such a universal film because people see themselves as Rocky, as someone who like wants to prove to themselves that they're somebody, you know, whatever that is.
Yeah.
I think that that's why it's been such a powerful film, and I identify with it, especially now that I've gotten older. And he was older. He was in his 30s when he made it.
Really?
And he was in his 30s as Rocky, like the character. And so like I haven't felt more like Rocky than like lately in many ways. Many ways. Yeah.
Wow. No, Rocky's a great film. And
shout out to Scarface. Shout out to The Godfather.
Let's freaking go.
Shout out to Miami Vice.
Miami Vice. So all right. Now I want to go to a different, we're going to play a little game. I want you to give me a number from 1 to 10.
7.
Okay.
Three. Three.
No, you already said 7.
3.
You already said 7. Thank you, Vale. Okay. I'm gonna do movie trivia / guess what song it is / a question.
Okay.
Okay. We're gonna start with. Don't look at my things.
I'm not looking.
Okay. I'm gonna hum a song, and you
Okay.
have to guess what it is.
Okay.
Don't look. Wow.
I don't even know the so killing me softly.
Leave
The
with
fizz
his
was killing me softly.
with his words. Okay,
Okay.
you got it.
I got it.
Okay, that
I
was
got it.
easy.
Fuji's, right?
Yeah. Yes, killing me softly.
Killing me softly.
The line, "You talking to me? You talking to me?" is from what
Uber
movie?
Uber driver.
Taxi
driver.
Okay.
That's what it would be called if it was made today.
What would you say in your Oscar speech?
Oof. I can't say I haven't thought about that 1,000 times.
Actually, and he has a whole monologue prepared.
I
Yeah,
have
yeah,
it
yeah.
in my wallet, actually.
As a matter of fact.
I don't know. We'll see when we get there. We'll see.
Okay, okay. I can't wait to see.
Yeah.
Make sure you thank us. I'm kidding. Who's your favorite celebrity right now and why?
Babe, who's my favorite celebrity right now? Coolest
Okay, Ryan
dude.
Gosling.
Coolest dude in Hollywood.
I thought
right
you were
now.
going to say Ryan Reynolds.
No.
No.
Ryan Gosling.
yeah. I was like, cancel. I'm kidding. No, I'm kidding. Right. Oh, whatever. He's going to send the CIA.
Honestly, I don't know what's my favorite celebrity right now.
Well, Ryan Gosling.
Ryan Gosling. I mean, yeah, he's
think it's cool.
yeah, for sure he's the coolest dude.
He's,
Yeah.
him and Eva Mendes.
Yeah.
Powerful
Mm-hmm.
couple.
Yeah.
All right, next. Okay, I'm going to say the lyrics, and you have to tell me what song it is and by who. I don't want to be so shy. No, you won't. Okay, am I everything you need? You better rock your body now.
Oh, in sync.
Team Backstreet Boys.
Backstreet Boys. I knew that.
Everybody.
I got it. We were
Okay.
just singing
Yeah,
it.
I know.
Yeah.
Isn't that interesting? Who does Rocky face in the climatic fight of Rocky?
Apollo Creed.
All right. Oh. And then last one. You see, that was really easy. Easy
it's like
peasy.
Easy peasy. Now she gives me a really hard one.
I actually don't know these. I guess maybe you know it. When I am king, surely I would need a queen and a palace and everything. Yeah.
I have no idea.
No idea.
Can we choose another card?
Yeah. Ay, don't look.
All right, is it
Let's
outside
just do-
playing Vámonos pa'l monte?
Pa'l
monte
pa'l
vamos a
guarachar.
echar.
Movie.
Okay.
What film
Mm-hmm.
depicts self-destructive boxer Jake LaMotta?
Oh, Raging Bull.
Let's go! You won a present. You won a gift. You won your own Rocky figure.
Oh, this is so cool.
Do you have it already?
No, I don't. I have a Batman one. It can sit right next
Well,
to
it
my
could be
Batman
right
one.
next to it.
Yeah.
It has little stickers in there. There's a
is so
sticker there
nice.
for Valentina of the friends.
Thank you so much.
Well, no, thank you for coming. And then lastly, I would love, this is an exercise for the end, for you to grab that phone, put it here, and...
This phone?
No, the throwback
That phone?
No, he knows what phone I'm talking about.
Hector's phone?
This phone.
Oh, this. Okay. Yeah. Sorry.
And I want you to, teenage Andres is gonna call you,
Okay.
and you're gonna pick up and give him advice about whatever, about life. Okay?
Okay.
So, ring ring.
What's up, kid? Listen, I just gotta say one thing. It's gonna be okay.
Oh yes. Woo! And that's Industry of Cool with Andres Monsalve Roca. Till next time.
Ciao.